Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Happy Saturday to you all, and I believe everyone is doing fine. And today we are on day number 89, and the topic of the title for our Bible study episode today is Faith Over Fear, Winning Battles God's Way. And if you are new to this Bible study, please go and check from the beginning. We started on the 17th of January, and today we are almost 3 months into this Bible study. So we are reading the book of 1 Samuel chapter 13 and 14, and we witness the difference between fearful leadership and faith-driven action. Saul's impatience cost him his legacy, but Jonathan's bold trust in God brought victory. As we pursue the purpose spiritually in our families, health, and finances, we are reminded faith over fear wins the battles, and move forward with trust, patience, and bold action. God fights for those who trust in Him. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Naftali Ranto, and I'm speaking to you from South Africa. So, welcome to this Bible study, and the purpose of this is to make sure a year from now you experience a growth, a total transformation in your life, for you to live a life of purpose according to what God has brought you in the universe to do. Remember, each of us, we are the seed, and we are supposed to produce and the fruit for others to enjoy, not for ourselves, because no tree eat its own fruit. So let's dive in and check today's summary. And don't forget to read your Bible. Don't forget to pray, because that is the most important thing that you need to do, more than watching this Bible study episode, the recording, or listening to it on Spotify, or watching it on YouTube, on Facebook, as well on our TikTok. So yeah, you need to read your Bible, and you need to pray. That is most important. So the first chapter 13, Saul's disobedience and rejection. So Saul's army faces the Philistines, but fear spreads among the Israelites. Saul's impatience for Samuel's arrival offers sacrifice himself, violating the law of God, or the command that God gave to him. So Samuel rebukes Saul, declaring that his kingdom will not endure because of his disobedience. So many people, they terminate or they cut short their success because of disobedience, trying to please others, trying to be smart in the eyes of people, and despising the commandment that God gives to us. So the lesson we learn out of this first chapter is impatience and disobedience can cost us divine favor and destiny. So you need to be patient. Wait on the Lord, because when you wait for Him, He will indeed show up, and He shows up at the right time. He does not delay. He does not tarry in fulfilling His promises. The reason that you are not getting what you want until now, it might be that you are not yet ready to handle it. It's not the right time. Winter is starting now, and many people, they are crying, but it is the right time for winter to start. So we can't be having summer all the time. It is supposed to be seasonal. The year will have 4 seasons, and the seasons will come one way or another. We know after winter, we're going to have another season coming. So we can't be only grateful that we have winter. So that is life. God allow us these seasons so that we can learn out of them. So when you check chapter 14, 1 Samuel 14, Jonathan's bold faith and victory. Saul's son, which is Jonathan, stepped out in faith with his armor bearer to attack a Philistine outpost. And Jonathan declares, nothing can hinder the Lord from saving, whether by many or by few. A very powerful statement that he makes in this chapter. So one thing I want to say to you as well is, today we are in this journey to eradicate poverty, something that many people don't even believe it will happen. But yeah, we are going ahead, because when God speaks to you, He doesn't need the majority. It doesn't work like a democracy. He chooses a leader, and He gives that leader the ability. We spoke about this yesterday. He empowers you to be able to fulfill whatever that He chose you to do. So we have the trading session, where we are going to use this as a funding model to assist the people to buy products and to have a better health, as well to be able to generate income for themselves, focusing on the poor of the poorest in the nation or in the continent, if I can say that. So, but guess what? It's only two guys, a lady and a guy and gentleman, that is committed into our daily tradings, because the entry criteria, it is very strict. So you have to be part of this Bible study in order to access that. And many people, they are not able to come on because they are not prepared to actually seek the Lord. And that is the criteria for us to be trading together with you. So, but this is not intimidating, because God uses the few, as it happened here in the time of Jonathan. He saved he destroyed the enemies because of two guys that were bold. So God causes confusion among the Philistines, leading to massive victory for Israel. And Saul's poor leadership shows up again when he makes a rash vow, almost costing Jonathan's life. And the lesson we learn out of this is true victory comes by trusting God's power, not by human plans. So when we trust the process, we always make it. And the life application points for us to live a life of purpose in terms of spiritual patience and obedience are critical to fulfilling God's law or God's call. And bold faith-filled action, even by few, can bring about mighty victories. Moses, another example, he went to Egypt alone, and Aaron met him on the way, and they set free the children of Israel from the bondage. Leaders must prioritize God's instruction over personal impulses. So if you are a leader today, you need to know what is God expecting from you more than what people expect from you. In terms of family, teach your family the importance of waiting on God, even when situation seems urgent. Raise Jonathans who step out courageously and trust God's strength. Family leadership thrives when rooted in faith, patience, and wisdom, not fear. So in terms of health, fear can weaken the spiritual body, the spirit and body. Faith fortifies our inner strength, and mental and emotional health grows when we trust in God's timing and power. Wise decisions, not impulsive reactions, protect long-term well-being. And finally, in terms of financial purpose, rash financial decisions can lead to loss. Patience and prayer are crucial. Before you complain, before you tell anybody about your problems, have a moment of prayer and ask God for a solution, because people will just make matters worse. But God will always give you the right solutions for any challenge that you have in your life. So now, in conclusion, the final say here is victories in business and finance often start with small, bold steps of faith. You need to believe that you can, because if you think you can't, you are right, as the man said in the past, or the speaker said that if you think you are right, you can, you are right. If you think you can't, you are also right. So trust God to multiply your effort. Success is not determined by size, but is determined by obedience. So you need to obey more than you do a lot of things. So start pursuing obedience today. Live according to God's principles. Get your Bible, start reading, because that is a manual for human beings. And for you to live a life of purpose, you can't take shortcuts. You have to understand why God created you in the first place. Once that purpose is discovered, then you are not going to abuse your life, because they say where purpose is unclear or unknown, abuse is inevitable. So you need to discover your purpose for you to be able to pursue it and live life according to what God said you must come and live. So ladies and gentlemen, happy Saturday, last Saturday of the month. Tomorrow, Sunday, we continue. May God bless you and your family. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.